Just take your big ass to the bathroom and please use a little bit of soap.
This is my pouch for my hygiene equipment, which I carry in my get home bag. Designed for 3 days plus. Okay. All we do is we put it inside one of these jungle compression sacks, which I'm a big fan of. As I mentioned in my overnighter videos, they're excellent for multi-use. You can put loads of stuff inside. So, once we've got this open, you can see what's in there. Now, believe it or not, inside there is a towel. It's a pocket towel by Sea to Summit, as you can probably guess. It folds very, very small, and it's a microfiber. So that means, you know, from absolutely lying in a bath full of water for an hour, taking it out, wringing it, drying it up in good weather, that will be drying in about 10 minutes. It's amazing. So, you know, you have a wash, you're on the move, you just put it to the outside of the Bergen. As you walk along, by the time you get to wherever you're going, the chances are it's going to be nice and dry. So, essential that you keep yourself clean and dry. We've got some toilet wipes for obvious reasons. One hygiene pouch. One pack of body wipes and a toilet roll. Okay, so all these are, I've carried these for years, I swear by them. The only problem is they seem to be getting smaller in size. Now they used to be a lot bigger than this. Now they're labelling them as facial wipes. So unfortunately they are a lot smaller, so you need quite a few of them. Hence a brand new full pack is in there. Okay. Now tea tree, just Google search tea tree and the health benefits regarding hygiene and infection in Google. Okay. Amazing product. I've been using that for years, as I said. Cheap as chips, you can get them from most cheap drug places in the UK. And obviously we've got a toilet roll, which has just been folded down to save space in a little waterproof bag, just in case. So that is the base hygiene sorted out. Now this is where it gets interesting. Again, I'm just really trying out these Vanquest pouches that I was sent about a year or so ago. I've been using them all the time. Unfortunately, this hasn't appeared on any videos yet until now. We've got a wonderful Union flag on the front there, and a pouch full of goodies, as you can see. So we're going to start off from here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you know when you cut your toenails and fingernails, etc., you usually use scissors or cutters of some description. The ones that are designed to cut fingernails and toenails, I don't think are that good. But I did come across these. They're sort of halfway there rather than the full round one. And these are so easy to use, and they're razor sharp. And stainless steel as well. And it's got a few holes in there to make it even lighter. They're remarkable. You know, you've got no problems sorting out your toenails and your fingernails out in the field. A lot of people underestimate hygiene in the field, and it is often overlooked. Why? I don't know. I think a lot of people think they can go and do an overnighter and not wash at all. Yeah, you can do, but it's not good practice. You know, if you was doing this for real and you was away from civilization for 3 to 5 days and you didn't have a wash or do any hygiene at all, you could start getting serious problems like you wouldn't believe. Okay, you just don't know it until you've been there. Take it from me, it's worth bearing in mind. So especially look after your toenails when walking long distances. We're going to be putting that right there, I think. Next thing in order are toothpicks. Now you can get these at restaurants in some places, and they're already sealed in packaging there for hygiene purposes. So it all keeps it all together. You've got to look after yourself, okay? Now I chose Vaseline over chapstick because it's more than one use, I think. Vaseline is cool. It's got some sun protection as well, so if you're walking around and it's very, very hot, lovely sunny weather, you're not going to get burnt as well. So it acts pretty much like a sun barrier, albeit minimal protection. But Vaseline, multi-use, you know, us guys who go out in the woods and whatnot, we know all too well about Vaseline, he says. Now, some people don't know what this is, some people do. It's a toothbrush. All you do is you just fold it around and put it on there. This is made by a company called BCB. They're under £2. They're very, very cheap. You can just use normal toothbrushes and cut them down. I used to when I was in the forces, and it's a bit of a pain using just that. So to have that handle on there is awesome. And also you could stash a few other goodies in there because there's plenty of room, as you can see. So that is a toothbrush, imperative. Toothpaste. Now I personally use fluoride-free toothpaste on a daily basis, and this one has fluoride in it, which I detest, but I'd love to find some fluoride-free toothpaste around this size. I think I'm going to be up against it, if I'm honest, but you know, for 3 to 5 days, you know, I could probably deal with nasty fluoride. Okay, so it's important to keep your teeth clean. Every time you have a meal is preferable. I mean, there's enough there for a few days, so you know, if you are worried, then go for it. Okay, underneath there we just have some basic hygiene pouches. I believe they're from a fast food chain. There's 3 of them there. They're so small and sealed, it just seems a shame to just leave a space there. Just put something in it, okay? And obviously I always shave, okay? I've got no intentions of growing a beard. Old habits die hard. Most guys who are in the infantry still shave, as far as I'm aware. The idea being, if you've got any stubble or a beard or facial hair of some description and you have to put on a gas mask or a respirator, for whatever reason, you will not get a seal. Whatever nasties are out there will get into your face, and not good. So I always shave. It's just the way I am. So all that is a shave gel in a tiny little pouch. Now I've used this before, and that will do 2 shaves. So all you do is you just take a little nick in the top, squirt out what you need, roll it all up, put it away safely, and you can get another shave out of that. But that's pretty good actually. It's you don't get all them nasty burns and sores. And of course, when you are shaving, you're going to need a mirror. Now this has got its protective film on the top of it to stop it getting scratched, okay? And there's a tiny little hole there, and all I do with that hole is I get this Espina. I got loads of these a long time ago, and I'll tell you what, they're paying dividends. They're so cheap, and all I do is I just hook that on there, and I can hang it up and have a shave, okay? There's no excuse to go without just because you're outdoors, okay? Now these were given to me a long time ago by the guys at Help for Heroes. It's a little sideline that Samantha does. All these little sachets of gels and whatnot. They're ideal for small packing going out into the field. I just believe they're samples, and it's just like an aloe vera gel, just for soothing dry skin and whatnot. Some people may laugh and want to be Rambo and stuff, but believe you me, you really should. You really should go to extremes to keep yourself clean and fresh outdoors, especially for a few days. Another little hygiene wipe. Now, I've got a bar of soap there. That is basically replacing an item that was sent to me a long time ago by Steph. They were like little tiny leaves in a little plastic case. And you take each leaf out, little sheet of square thin material, and you rub it with water on your hands, and it foams up like a lava, so you can wash with it. I can't think for the life of me where they are. They're temporarily lost. So in the meantime, rather than having nothing at all, I've just put a little bar of soap, which I acquired from hotels, as you do. So you get a few washes out of that at least. What have you got here? Stating the obvious. All I've done is I've tried to utilise space, okay, and like the little fresh wipes, so they're just filling in the blanks, as it were. Because not all the time you're going to have water and you're going to have time, so if you want a quick freshen up, they're ideal little things like that. Some little cotton buds, in case you get any nasty stuck down your ears or your nose or whatever. Another one of those little shaving sachets. Now this come with the set with the clippers. Got them from a charity shop. They were like £2 with a great big pack of loads of other stuff. So I took the 2 items out that I wanted, gave my wife the rest. Now all it is stainless steel pair of scissors, and they're bent. Can you see? They're slightly bent, and they're ideal for doing like toenails and stuff on your big toes. And they are surgical sharp. They're very, very sharp. And because they bend, I didn't want to punch or anything, so all I've done is I've just got a lid of a big pen and just jammed it in there, and it just protects it. Okay, you don't want anything getting punctured, especially with all these shaving gels. The last thing you want to do is to open this up and just find a big mess. You know, it's pointless. It's absolutely useless. It'll demoralise you, and you're going to stay stinky. Alcohol-free antibacterial wipe. Now these are issued in the British Army ration packs. They're very good. They're a good size as well. So a little quick clean with those. As I mentioned before, with these tea tree wipes, that's good for all over your body and everything else. But if you've got like little tiny wounds and infections and scratches and whatnot, that stuff there, tea tree oil, 100% essential oil. Now, believe it or not, what's in that bottle will last years, absolute years. It's pointless trying to get a smaller package to just go for 3 to 5 days. So for something that size, you know, for what you're going to get out of it, you know, as I said, you know, really research via Google the good things about tea tree oil. I can't stress it enough, guys. I don't see it enough on YouTube. I don't know why people don't use it. It's amazing stuff. It really, really is. It's absolutely spot on. Now, we mentioned shaving earlier. Check this. How cool is that little toothbrush? Look at this. A razor. It just folds away nice and small into its own little tube there. And also you've got the benefit of a handle, so you can actually shave like you would do at home. You're not going to struggle with a tiny little thing, you know. So brand new, never been used, razor sharp as you would expect. Incidentally, that's made by BCB International. They do a lot of stuff for cadets and recruits, etc. And it's pretty good kit, yeah. It's not bomb proof, it's relatively cheap, but if you look after it, there's no reason why it shouldn't last you for years. Now, another thing which it sometimes get mentioned, but not a lot if I'm honest. Now that is full up with anti-microbial foot powder. Okay, it's very, very, very important. And sometimes it's tough, you know, you've been walking all day, you're tired, you're hungry, whatever, and all you want to do is go to sleep. Now try your best, please try your best to, before you go to sleep and just fall into your DOS bag and have a kip, give your feet a bit of a clean, even if it's something like that, yeah? Even if it's a wipe, give your feet a good clean. With them products, it's going to take less than a minute for it to air and dry naturally. Or if you want to speed it up, if you're really in a hurry, just use your towel just to dry the moisture off. Make sure it's dry. Then all you do is you can tip that into your socks and put your socks on, clean socks that is, or you can put a bit on your hand and just rub them liberally all over your feet. And believe you me, if you keep your feet dry, it will really serve you well. So if you are walking large distances and you're not taking good care of your feet, you're going to find out, just like all the recruits done, you're all going to be in bits. You know, your feet, you can have so many problems. So please, most importantly, look after your feet. There's loads of foot powder in there. And all I do is I just open it, and it's a squeezy little thing. You just squeeze it, and all the powder puffs out. It's perfect. You can get these little tiny cheap squeezable bottles in cheap drugstores. You know, the same place where you get these from, you know. It's working out fine for me so far. And obviously, anti-back hand wipe. Now try to get stuff that's got alcohol in there, because you can use that for lighting fires as well, you know, a dual purpose. It's always good to make sure you've got something which will do more than one thing, okay? So that stuff, very, very, very good. You know, if you're going to the toilet, you take something like this. You know, it's imperative that you really do look after hygiene. And there's something else in there, yeah, there's always something else. Now, all that is inside that bag, I'm not going to get it out because it's going to crumble a bit. that is the remnants of my deodorant. Now I use Pitrock, Pitrok. It's a product I've been using since 2008, so a fair few years now, and one stick of this will last about 2 years. It's amazing. It costs £6. So you put that under your armpits, which you pre-wet first. You rub that all over, and it will not smell. It kills bacteria. It's antibacterial, shall I say? It's pure salt, pretty much. And yeah, it lasts 2 years. So that little block in there, you got, don't know, you probably got about 4 months worth of deodorant there, and it doesn't smell. It doesn't give your position away. The last thing you want to do is to spray loads of puffy perfume all over yourself, and trackers, well, they'll find you in minutes, pretty much. And with summertime rapidly approaching, there's some insect repellent. Now all that was out of like a stick, you know, which you just push up and you just rub all over yourself. Now that is 100% pure DEET. It stinks. It really does. Hence that's all sealed up in a little bag, all nice and safe and sound. And you just use that as and when you can to keep all of the mosquitoes at bay, because you don't want to be covered in mosquito bites. That's the time when you find out you're allergic to a particular variant of mosquito, and guess what? There's no doctors anywhere. You're in trouble. So it's worth bearing in mind, and I thought I'd include that into the hygiene kit now that summer's just around the corner. Winter time, I might leave it out, I might take it, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But that is the contents of my hygiene pouch, guys. Again, it's by Vanquest. As you know, I was given these about a year ago to test, and I thought, well, I'm not going to do a review to actually use them, and I've used them loads, and they've been spot on every single time, to be honest. And they are hard use. They still look pretty much brand new, which is excellent, and they serve me very well. So that is it for this video. I hope you found it of interest, and encourage you to think along the lines of looking after yourself when you're out in the fields, because the last thing you want to do is to stay minging. It ain't good. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay funky.
He can wash his face in our sink. You wash your face in our sink. Open up the door, step across the wet floor. If you can make it, you can tape it, this rhyme forevermore. Peer into the drain as the water goes down. Why do you frown? It's the end of the sound.